So my whole life, I've been sitting in on meetings, learning about retirement, 401ks, IRAs, self-employed, working for somebody. You got the special ones working for various government groups. And every single one says you got to wait till you're 59 and a half to get your retirement. Otherwise, you get that 10% penalty. Well, it's not true. Ended up hiring a financial advisor, made a comment. He's just like, no, you don't have to wait. You just got to do 72T. 72T, what is 72T? All right, so if you want to retire early and you want to use your retirement to retire early, you can do that, absolutely, without penalty. You still got to pay taxes on the money you retired. Pre-tax money still is taxable, but there's no 10% penalty. It's a little tricky. Let me show you how 72T works and a little bit about 72T. But before that, a quick disclaimer, reminder everybody, this is for educational and entertainment purposes only. The educational part is the 72T. The entertainment part is this crazy video. With that, let's get into it. All right, 72T. I'll be Advocate Ron today. Advocate Ron. What is 72T, this crazy loophole of the IRS retirement rules? 72T allows you to withdraw your retirement money before 59 and a half without paying the standard 10% penalty. The trick is you've got to set it up for what they call substantially equal periodic payments, and you have to use a specific IRS rule. Now, in short, what that means is you're allowed to withdraw 5-6% at the current interest rates of an IRA account, and it has to be exactly the same amount every year. Now, if you do not pull out the exact same amount every year and you do not do the calculation correct, then you're going to owe the 10% penalty on the whole thing. So if you screw it up, you're SOL, as the saying goes. So yeah, this works. It's a little tricky. I should not underemphasize how tricky this is. It's so tricky, I suggest you go hire 2 different professionals to help you out. First is a good accountant to help you do your taxes, because you got to make sure you fill out your taxes right. And then the second is a good financial fiduciary to help you get this set up and help you pull the money out correctly. The easiest way to do it is to pull out one check every year, because that's to make it the same, and then pull it out on January 2nd, whenever people come back to work. And then do that every year. And that's the simplest way to make sure they're exactly the same. There is that way complicated calculation that you need to run through. There's several good videos out on the web on how to calculate the 72T SEPP deduction. But in short, it's right now at interest rates roughly 4%. It's roughly 5-6% you can take of your IRA. Now, a couple of notes on this is this works best if you're under 55. The reason this works best if you're under 55 is because it's complicated and there's a little bit of risk in it, and it's got to be the same. If you're over 55, you're not that far from retirement. So you should probably just buckle down, use your post-tax money, and wait till you're 59 and a half to get the money. If you're 45, you got plenty enough money to retire, and you want to retire, and it's all in IRAs, then go use 72T. Go hire those experts to help you out. Make sure you don't mess it up, because the penalty is painful if you mess it up. If you're 45, go for it. It works. It works great. The other thing is you should probably split your retirement into 2 separate IRAs. Your financial guy should tell you this. If he doesn't, you should tell him this. Just put it into 2. One part will be the 72T, and this is the part you'd take that 5% of every year, or 5% of initial number. It's going to be the exact same number every year, and it's based on the initial portfolio balance in that IRA. And then use the second IRA as an emergency fund, just in case someone gets sick and you really need access to that money. So the second one, as long as you don't touch the first one that's tied to 72T, the second one you could pull all that money out, pay the 10% penalty, and you haven't messed up 72T. So suggest 2 separate IRAs. Take your IRAs, take your 401ks, roll them into an IRA, take your 403bs and all the other ones, roll them into a personal IRA, and then split that IRA into 2 parts, and one of the, probably the bigger half, is the 72T half. The other thing you need is a budget, and I've done other videos on how to retire, and the budget is still the single hardest thing for me to figure out. I suspect it's the single hardest thing for most of you to figure out. But retiring early, coming up with this fixed amount, you need to make sure you have enough to live on, and you're going to be doing the calculation over a much longer period of time, so that budget is that much more important. And with that, I will leave you to it. Here's a couple notes to help you out with the taxes. You can see where the form This 53.29 is where you do this. And then one more look here at the flight. And with that, I will bid everybody adieu and retire another tie. All right. 72T. Don't let them tell you can't retire early on your retirement. You can. You just got to take substantially equal payments. Good luck.